live. Oh, damn.
Check one.
That's on me. All right. Good evening, everyone. Facebookers, Instagrammers, YouTubers, and whoever else is listening out there. You are listening to the Intimate Connections. Tonight I have my favorite tag team. But before we introduce them, I'm going to turn it over to the man at the end of the table.
Good evening, everybody. Good to see you guys. My name is Rick, also known as I'm Not Quiet Storm no more on pipes.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Part 2.
I forgot about that.
I'm embracing change.
Mm-hmm. But tonight we're going to have a great show. We have two local legends.
Yes.
Mr. Howard G.
That's right.
Mr. Kiss My Bumper, I should say.
Just kiss it.
And then next to him is the godfather of comedy, Mr. Ricky Shackleford.
The hardest working man.
I'm not going to kiss his bumper because he just took a shit.
Actually, that's the best time to kiss it.
I smell you, brother.
I see y'all got these waters y'all bought from Aldi's up in here, boy.
It's my store.
Yeah, got these waters from Aldi's. They 50 cents for a case.
Aldi's the only place you can go in and look like you done stole something.
Okay.
You got no bag.
You don't have no bag.
Right.
I'm glad I got a mask on when I go in.
God have mercy. They started already, so you already know what kind of show it's going to be
man,
tonight.
let's go with the flow. That's
Yeah.
I don't know if I got the energy.
Nah,
You don't know if you had the energy pipes.
So this is part 2. I ain't know it was a part 1.
This is part 2. Here we go.
Who did part 1?
I tell you, I don't know how we might not make part 3. Don't downgrade the mix station, bro. They worked hard to get them speakers in here.
Right. All those steps you got to go look. That bathroom was 6 floors up.
You should have lost about 10 pounds.
I ain't never seen a place where you got to go 6 flights upstairs to go to the bathroom. They ain't got nothing for y'all down in the basement. They don't care about y'all.
You SOL if you got to go real bad.
Well, you pay your rent, mortgage down here. Whatever you pay down here, that's all you pay for. That's it.
So you feel like you were jumping out of a plane?
Felt like I was going in the upper room.
So welcome to the Booger Basement, right?
Damn right. So you all have this big show coming up.
That's right.
Friday.
And so I guess my question is, why was this so important for the two of you to put this show on?
Well, you know,
well, we're celebrating 25 years us being together doing shows, and Baltimore.
Can I throw a joke in there?
Yeah.
25 years of putting up with his shit.
Literally.
Right. And Baltimore always used to seeing us hosting, emceeing, bringing other comedians on, letting them shine.
Right.
This time you're gonna get to see us headline, and that I haven't headlined in my hometown in a long time. Because I have worked in Comedy Factory, I worked in Magoobies and other places in a minute. So here's a chance for you to come out and see us do our thing. The same stuff that we take on the road while we go out in town and go to Lang City, Vegas, and all these different cities and perform. There's a reason why we go out there and these places want to see us.
Right.
And this time you get to see it. A lot of people don't see it. So here's our chance to show you what we do. You know.
Well, you know, it's kind of strange when people see us working and producing these shows and seeing us do all the work, you know, putting these shows together. They don't understand that we're headliners too.
Yes.
You know, and we're doing this to sacrifice to help the new guy coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody got to help him out.
Right.
So, but like Howard said, you know, they need to see us shine because we done really actually paved the way for a lot of these comics.
Right.
They won't give us the credit, but we know where it came from.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? But
All your top comics have been on our stage at one time or another. One time or another, they had touched our stage or came through us. How they say in the Bible, through our lineage.
Yeah.
Somebody came through there. And all your top comics, you know, not saying that we deserve anything, but we just saying, here's our chance for us to get our just due. and here's a chance for people to come out and see us for a change.
Well, I'm gonna jump back on that because I mean, when you start saying we don't deserve it, we do deserve it.
Right, we do.
Sometimes you have to take it. You know, people don't understand that when you sacrifice your career and help other people, you're taking away from yourself.
Exactly.
You know, so a lot of times, and I can guarantee you, and I tell Howard all the time, I say, you know, you're always on your game, you know, with his performance, but I'm carrying the whole weight because I have to look, I'm the overseer. I got to see everything. And it's not about me, it's trying to be a team player is what I'm saying. I try to be a team player to let them know if I can pick that piece of paper up, then you can pick it up too. You know, you got to follow the leader is what I'm trying to say. Don't be bigger than the situation is what I'm saying. So, but it's gonna be an interesting night. We got an excellent place out here at the American Legion Hall. 200 people setting. First show is just sold out. Second show is just about there.
Awesome.
Right.
And please, I want to say to my audience, come dressed up. Please don't come looking raggedy on Friday. No, you don't want to. You want to honor us, dress up, and come in and have a good time and laughter.
Right. Two shows, y'all. Two shows.
Right?
Yeah, church casual.
Yeah, church casual. Rich wanted to wear them jeans. Come on, Rich, you can't come with them jeans. You want to wear them the 901 jeans, 750 jeans.
But you guys made a great point. I mean, because normally, a lot of shows you guys are like hosting or you guys are introducing other people. So this is like you guys are the headlines. You guys are the main attraction. So what kind of responsibilities? What are the different responsibilities that you guys have now, headlining versus in support?
That's a good question, there, Rick.
Thank you.
Damn sure good question. You want me to take that, Rick? Or you got
I thought you were going to.
Okay. Well, this is the responsibility. As a host, our job is to keep the show engaging, keep the show entertaining throughout the acts. Because every act that hits our stage might not do as well or do good. So it's our job to keep them laughing and keep them engaged in the show while they performing, or once they perform, once they do well or don't do well. But as an MC or host, you gotta make the show. It's like a package. You gotta make it as a good piece of entertainment to fill up those slots. So as a MC, that's your job as an MC. But now as a headliner, you gotta make it seem like this is why I am a headliner. This is who they come to see. So all the jokes that you've seen, it's stuff that I do that I don't even do in Baltimore. I'm one of the comedians where I do audience participation. I don't do it when I'm here. I do it when I'm away and things of that nature. I don't do too many shows locally where I'm doing that type of stuff. One, because of COVID. Two, because I just don't do it locally. I just, I never want to play myself out in my hometown.
Okay.
So I don't do. It's like you got good stuff, but you save it for the right time and the right opportunity. And this is the right time, right opportunity since I'm headlining.
Wow, and a perfect example of what Howard is saying is too. Sometimes you might come to our shows 3-4 times. You'll hear the same jokes. Well, we do that because we don't want to give you the whole routine.
Right.
And basically, what we're doing with this platform is setting up these other comedians to show them how to do it. And I had so many, comedians that don't understand that, hey, look, if you don't follow directions and learn from us, then you're in for a nightmare of learning this business. You're not going to learn this business if you don't listen and take that direction that we're trying to give you. But I want to piggyback off what Howard said also. The key to a good show is your host.
Right.
That's the key to the good show. The headliner, all he's waiting on is to take it home and spank the babies, okay? But that MC is taking all the blows. You saw the show the other night when we came on.
Yes.
I just went right at them. But I'm also reading them at the same time. You got to listen to your audience.
Right.
And, don't offend them, but at the same time, don't let them take your show either. Because sometimes black folks sitting in them seats think they're comedians too.
And that's true. We observed that as well. I mean, that was a great show. I thought you all had a great lineup. And but I like that you didn't let people distract you.
Absolutely.
You were, professional the whole time.
Sure.
And you could have went there with some of those folk, but you didn't. You just kept it. You kept doing what you were supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's funny because I think when before that show you guys came on the show here to promote it, and we got some background on how y'all take your approach. And when I saw that, we actually saw some of the things that y'all were talking about in action.
Sure.
You mean the way you commanded the audience, you kept them in line. You know, you round them in because there was some back and forth. They weren't giving us the full attention, and you took that energy and kept it moving and served it up. So who's hosting for this? I mean,
he's going to host the first show.
Okay. First show.
And that's one thing I like about the team they have.
Yeah.
It's universal in the way of saying he can host and he can close.
Oh, okay.
And one of the things with comedy, you got to understand, people don't understand, if you can open a show, you can close a show.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the nature of this business. So I'm bringing A game on Friday. You know, I took out material that he didn't even heard in a long time. And we know each other's routine.
Right.
You know, because you got to remember, Jackie, we done work mainstream and black. So I'm going to throw a lot of that in there, just see if they're paying attention. Because one of the things I don't like, and you just said it very well, Rich, I don't like to lose the attention of the audience. I don't like to bore them.
Right.
That's why I came up with the improvisation. Half of what you guys saw me do was just improv.
Yeah.
You know, but it's been done over and over again. You know, just timing. You know, we're seeing this again. It's like, you know, ladies was discussing the jokes. You know, they're having a meeting about the joke. You know? So, you know, and we'll see it again. So that's what we're trying to share with the comics. You know, pay attention to what we do. You know, you're talking about 40 years, you're talking about 25 to 30 years. You know, that's a lot of experience and wisdom that we're bringing to the table. And check this out, so many of them drop off because they don't have thick skin. They're not paying attention. They think they stars before they even got 5 minutes of material.
Right. Or someone get impatient.
Right.
Someone want it instantly. They think they're going to be another internet sensation, comedian sensation. I mean, don't get me wrong, Jess Elias did what she had to do, but they don't know Jess Elias been out there for 8-10 years before she blew up on the internet. They don't know she paid some dues before being an overnight sensation on the internet. So, you know, she been working, writing, and putting that stuff together first, and even hitting some of the clubs and stuff first, and then, you know, people think she came up overnight because of Nick Cannon and the show, and it's over, you know, kind of all her followers. Now she put some time in, and then she working along with another comic who definitely put some time in, my man Desi. Desi is one of the Baltimore comedians too, and he does a hell of a writing. He writes all the time, always creating. I was just watching one of his skits he did on Instagram today. It was so funny. He did this bit where he was in prison, and he had his prison outfit on, and he playing R. Kelly in the background. And he said, "Here's the guy who got to go on after R. Kelly." It was hilarious. I said, "That's what I'm talking about. That is genius writing right there." And he just saw the guy's face like, "Yo, when is this guy gonna get on stage?" And he's like, "Well, mind telling me no." He up there singing in concert, doing everything. I'm gonna be knocking everything over. But
she must smell that shit.
But you know, these young comics, you know, they, like I said, some of them, they just impatient. They want it, and they want it now.
Yeah, but you know, and let's go even deeper. You even look at Kevin Hart and these guys' success. People don't know that boy been out there 20 years.
For a long time.
He's been out there a lot of years. He didn't just get it overnight. But one of the things with comedy, this is our biggest problem that I see, because I'm in the trenches. I watch stuff. The comedians that are coming up let other people get in their head. See, that if you're not a comic, you can't tell a comic how to feel when you're up there having a good night, a bad night. But your friends, they're going to hate on. There's a lot of hate in this business.
I'm sure.
I want to share the hate, too. You know what I mean? Going to share the love, I would get some hate, too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I try to tell them all the time, why do you think we here? You know, if you think you're as good as I am or Howard, the bottom line is then you don't need to be in this arena.
Yeah.
You know, we're here to teach you. You know, and this younger generation think it's just supposed to be handed to them. You're going to pay some dues, man.
You got to pay some dues.
You're going to pay some dues whether you like it or not. So, you know, and I just wish them all the best. And he mentioned Desi. We done seen these guys have their good days, their bad days. I seen Cleon, I done seen Larry Lancaster, and I throw these names out there because they came through BWT production. You know, I'm glad that they're prospering and doing well. But like the theme said, never forget where you come from.
That's the name of the title of the show. And for those who are tuning in, the show is this coming Friday, October the 8th.
Two shows.
Is that the 8th?
It's the 8th.
Yeah, October 8th, yeah. 2 shows, 8 p.m., 10:30 p.m. at the American Legion Hall out in York Road, 125 York Road. And if you're interested, get your tickets. Like I said, the 8 o'clock show is basically sold out. We do have some for the 10:30 show, which I'm going to be headlining on that particular show. Sure. Ricky's going to host. I'm going to headline the 10:30 show. And like I said, I got some stuff in stored that I'm working on, and I'm going to be trying new material. And we're going to be videotaping, folks. So please wear nice outfits on, because we're going to get shots of the audience as well. And we're going to get some testimonies and stuff as well as people walking out. So our video guy knows what he got to do. Shout out to Derek. And so please.
Also, shout out to Nick, too, because Nick is a sound man.
Yeah, Nick will be doing sound. DJ, sound.
DJ Nick.
Backdrop.
Big Nick.
Matter of fact, without backdrop show up.
He said, yeah.
Okay. Good, we good to go.
Yeah, but I'm working on some stuff also about getting bullied in school.
Really?
Yeah, I was getting bullied by a 350-pound girl. Her name was Big Ring.
And a ring.
Big Ring, like
Big Ring.
Big Ring had a smell that you don't want to talk about.
Oh, damn.
However Big Ring went to sleep, that's how she woke up and went to school.
Damn.
And
that's a tough subject. I mean, that's something you bring in levity to, but
sure.
But that's personal. So that's stuff you can't recreate. You can't anybody duplicate that, because that's something that happened to him.
So when you choose a subject like that that's kind of controversial, do you look at it like, okay, there's an underlying message? I don't want you to give us all the things, but
well, here's my thing. I looked way back when Bill Cosby. I had to give Bill some love when he created Hey, Fat Albert. These are characters that he grew up with. So even with Big Ring, and that's where I'm headed. From my neighborhood, people that would just made you laugh, and it's all about just making them laugh, not to degrade her. And this girl probably 65 years old, or probably done killed somebody in prison. I don't know.
It's a Big Ring. We out there, holler at us.
Hey, look, no, holler at him, Big Ring.
Yeah, he said it, not me.
I don't even want to get into the story.
We want to see you at the show. We want to see you at the show.
Hollywood. Y'all make a good couple.
But that's funny, because you mentioned it's like y'all say the same jokes, and I said I've heard you guys on different occasions, and you might say the same joke, but it's always a different energy, a different feel every time you go through it. Describe how that is. I mean, like, it's almost like I liken it to
I'm
a singer.
Gonna give you an example, Rick. When you text me and said that joke that I did about she took the mask off and the mouth looked like she had a candle in her mouth. It was just the right timing. See, sometimes you got to throw them jokes in at the right time.
But it was true though.
It was funny.
It was true though.
But I expected that response, because that's part of the new stuff that I'm trying to create. We don't, that was the first time I threw that out there.
That was funny.
And for him to catch that, he was paying attention. You see what I'm saying? But that was new stuff. I mixed it up with new and old stuff. But you don't want to tell a joke and then it flop. And then because now you got to pick this thing back up again. So
you ain't had to tell the lady put her mask back on, man.
Oh no, hey, but I was really being a lot nice. Like Jackie said, I try to keep it on the line.
You did, yeah. You were very professional.
I try to keep it on. And see, here's the thing. That a lot of that comes from working mainstream. So you can't cross the line. Oh, they will go tell management quick.
Yeah, true.
So, and I have to learn that now black people are more perceptive to comedy now. We don't want to be offended either. So, sometimes, different material for different audiences. It might be funny to you, but it might not be funny to them.
Right.
You see, so you got to know when to fold them, as we say. Don't continue to wear this person out. That's not a good comic. Sometimes I like to turn the jokes on me.
Yeah.
See, one thing about turning the joke on yourself, if you can take it, they're gonna open up.
Right, of course.
Man, I got to keep saying this. I love the way y'all control that room, because that room was not an easy room. No. It was
especially towards the end.
Yeah, and everybody was close, And then the guy, I don't know, I think it was you, the guy,
Frank Nitty.
It was one dude who was like sitting real close to y'all.
Oh, okay.
You know,
They
and
wasn't laughing.
again, wasn't laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But and then there was the room was real intimate, and so you got all that energy, and y'all, the way y'all controlled it, man. People like sidebar talking, and at the same time people laughing, and then there were people that thinking that they wanted to heckle, you know, and y'all shut it down.
Yeah, but Howard, it's funny. And watching Howard, I think Howard, I think you wait for the hecklers because you have something for their ass. I think you get up there and your look be like, I wish a motherfucker would.
Well, I come in training because you gotta. It's a certain gift to have to deal with hecklers. I remember years ago, my son who's doing comedy and he's in L.A. and stuff, and he said to me, he said, "Dad, won't I be able to improv and handle hecklers and stuff like that?" I said, "Well, son, that's something I can't teach you. That's something you had to learn your own.
You got to experience
it. And you got to experience it. I can't teach you that. Now he's the king of it. I mean, this boy, he'll crack on it. Everybody in this room.
That boy would zone you out.
He
don't even care who you are.
He'll get who you are. He'll crack hard, and he'll do it clever, and it'll be funny too. So it don't even make you mad. Like, you know how some people Joan is so bad they want to fight you and stuff. He'll do it clever and funny, and so stuff like that you can't teach that. You just got to learn from experience.
Well, you know, I took I said the last show that I took Ocean City, and I'll never forget, we did 3 shows a night. One show was, okay, I'm just going to improv and go for it. And you have to, and I want to say this to comedians, the open mics is for you to work it out. This is where you work those kinks out, you have to know yourself on stage. A lot of people don't understand that. Hey, listen, I know what I bring to the stage. Impressions, singing, you know, I'm a natural comic. You got to sometimes package all that at the same time. So that's important. And that's one of the reasons why this anniversary is so important on Friday, because we have, like Howard said, we have been in the grind in the toughest rooms, and with us doing that, and Rich mentioned that small room, we had a big room holds 300 people. Them crowds, them comedians weren't ready for that.
Oh, yeah, Jefferson?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, no, that was 400
for
people. That was a big crowd. And some of them, their first time ever on stage.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
Some hit, some didn't. You know,
and this business, you know, I tell comics all the time, you don't want to work the same room all the time, no way.
Right. You
don't want to get comfortable because you're going to be moving, you know, and that's part of comedy, from city to city, state, country, wherever you're performing. But you want to get used to knowing what to do when you hit that stage. If you watch me, and I'm giving myself credit because I worked at that. When I hit that stage, I knew exactly what I'm going to say and do. I know that I have to win them all, like you said, captivate them. Look, I'm in charge.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't like these jokes, then shut the hell up. That's the message I'm giving you. You know.
So with your material that you have prepared when you go out on stage, once you feel the vibe from the crowd, does that material change? Do you switch up what your game plan was originally?
Jack, I want to say this here. That audience that we had, and I'll say this because of the experience of it, these two. When we broke that ice, when we first started, I said, well, we got a great show here. Remember what I told you? Y'all was laughing. Sometimes audience, like you said, they got mugs on. They done killed their mama before they got here. They mad about something. They bring it to the show.
Go to court Monday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's important that people understand that you're going to have good audience, and you're going to have some audience that suck. Okay? But you'll see it again. So you have to also, that's where your experience comes in at. You know, okay, I say this again. Now I know what I got to do. You know, and it comes, like he was saying about his son, it comes from experience. Not because somebody can tell you how to improv. It don't work that way. You got to know. I mean, Grayson, I know I've done the same taglines. I call them taglines over and over, and they work. I know when to do them. Now it's time to do it now. You know, because sometimes you got to remember, I'm talking so fast, you've been wondering, do we know what he's going to say next? Well, it's Friday coming up. I'm bringing Ricky. I'm not taking, I want to perform, I want him laughing from the time I hit that stage to the time I get off that stage. Because we video recording. I don't want to look at the recording the next day and go, what I would have, could have, should have done, you know?
Right. You got one shot, so this is our shot.
It's part of the game plan, that's all.
And no different than you, pipes when you Rick, when you saw me do Grandma G.
Uh-huh.
A lot of the time when I'm doing Grandma G, when I do a character, that's all improv.
Mm-hmm.
When you saw me, I'm basically off the top of my head, off the dome. I have a few jokes I do with her, but most of it's improv. I just make it up as I go along. Because when I'm in character, I'm in full character. So I know I'm going to do, improv and talk and mix things up like that. But like you said, you just got to have a set routine. Ready to go. That's what we're going to be.
So when you're in character, how's that transformation? Is it like, do you really you mentally?
Mentally I'm in character. Yeah. I feel, and when I do the old lady character, I feel and act, because I got the character from these two old ladies in my church. Uh-huh. I used to sit behind them, and every Sunday they used to talk about everybody from the pastor to the choir boy to the people on the pews, the choir to the janitor. They would sit and talk about everybody. I used to laugh my butt off just sitting there watching every Sunday. And it was like a routine. Uh-huh. They come in, they sit right there, the two seats. They sit right in front. And my mother, I would leave my family to go sit with them because I know I'm going to get some material out of that stuff, man. And I would watch these ladies, man.
So you saying you stole the character from them?
I stole the character from them because I watched them, how they would be in church, and they just, look what she got on. You know, she should not be wearing that color and singing in that choir with that. I mean, it's just the stuff they be talking about. And then why they get that boy a solo, knowing he can't sing? Why? And that solo's too long. He should not be up there that long. It's like, man, it's just be so funny.
That's definitely
a solo be long. Yeah. And then don't let nobody sing a song like "Going Up Yonder." And they bad, and they tell me, "Ooh, Lord, she need to go up yonder." Ooh, Lord, going up yonder, you need to go somewhere, girl. Sound like that, ooh, Lord. And they just had me rolling. So yeah, I really feel and become that character when I'm doing improv and doing Grandma G. It's a different.
You're right. Everybody has those people in the church. I know the old ladies in my church that when they try to sing, they'd be like, "Baby, just stay in your gifted area."
Right.
Don't just stay right there in your gifted area.
Right.
But you mentioned the fine line. You don't want to cross that line.
Sure.
Right?
You want to make them laugh.
Do you find that there's things that Grandma G can cross over and say?
Yeah. Sometimes the character get away from it. I can get away when I say it against the character because I'll be like, "It ain't me, it's her. It ain't." I ain't saying it. She said it.
She said it.
Right.
Well, it's funny that he did that character because we both trained down at the Gatsby's back in the day. I had a wino character. Like I'm drunk, seriously drunk, and that character, a wino.
Shake the wino.
He can do it. Leave me alone, Grandma. You mad because you can't have none of my Thunderbird? Jackie knew what she drank. But this
Wild hours,
Right. Boone's Farm.
She drinks champagne.
Pitbull.
And graduated the naughty head. You got some naughty head. Good, I'm going to the house. But the characters, like Howard, he taught me a lot. See, that's one thing I like about this guy. We learned from each other, and he used to say, "Man, you got to stay in character." Right. So, he don't know, I was really performing for him when we did Red Fox and Sanford.
Okay.
Because he did outbreak character. I really thought he was Red Fox. I really thought he stayed in character the whole time. Because sometimes in theater, you can get thrown off, especially if you're acting with somebody like comedian Maybelle, because Maybelle don't do all the lines that I wrote in the play. She'll add her own lines and throw everybody off, and I'll be like, I know the play, I know the storyline, so I can improv with her too, but other actors can't do that. But Ricky stayed in his character, stayed in place.
But you and we talked about that in the rehearsals. You're going to get your laughs if you do your lines.
Right.
But you don't have to upstage me to get your lines.
Right. Because the play is already funny. It was written funny. I wrote it to be funny. So if you do the lines, you get the laughs.
You get the laughs.
And people are asking me every time I talk about that play, when are we going to do it again? We had the guy Rollo. He was in a concert at the Cherry Hill Reunion. Just talked to him yesterday. Man, when y'all going to do the play?
Yeah, that was
I talked to him. When you going to do
really
it?
Good. Yeah.
And just think, like we said before, that's just that weekend. When we'd have had 6 months in that play, can you imagine how shiny it would have been polished? Is what.
Oh yeah,
man. Bottom line though,
because that play on the road, that play was, that was ready. Because I can imagine if Red Fox was still alive today, and they wrote it, they could wrote an episode like that, and where because he was always trying to make money. He was always trying to scheme and come up ways to make money, and he would be with the new technology.
And he would have ate Donald Skunk up. He would call him Donald Skunk.
You big dummy.
Donald Skunk.
Come on, Pop.
What I'm telling you,
Right.
if Joe Biden don't get it together, we're gonna be in trouble. But I'm
Give
just
him a
saying,
chance, Pop.
well, he got a chance. He got him a black woman. How many presidents had a black woman with?
Well, how long y'all been together? I mean, well, not together, but
26 years,
26.
27.
Exactly right.
Hey, Nick, it ain't that kind of party.
Kind of party.
Ain't that kind of party. Just 1 minute.
well, my real question is like, how did y'all first meet? Like,
Oh, that's funny. He'll tell you this one.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because and let's go. I always give her some love. It's his sister Strawberry, and she called me and said, I got this brother, and I didn't know who the hell she was talking about, that was interested in comedy. So my brother here comes down, and I've never seen somebody so gun ho about learning. He wanted to learn. And that's what and I'm gonna throw that in there too. That's why this anniversary is important. I respected that he was listening, but I did not know his talent until he showed it to me. He was the hottest thing in this town at one time, and I got to tell you what I saw. He got into it took about 3-4 months for you really to get into this thing.
Yeah, about 3-4 months.
And then everything changed. He started wearing the shaft coats, sliding the sliding plastic shoes.
Slippery Earl.
I think his name was Slippery Earl.
Okay.
But I watched these starters, take this like, I'm in show business. This is what I want to do. And basically, he was the cameraman for me.
That's what I was going to say. Let's correct that. Ricky didn't start me out like here's a microphone.
No,
it was almost like it was like the Karate Kid. You grab that bag and you grab that luggage and you walk this way with me. All right, set your camera over there.
You said the Karate Kid.
Yeah, it's like the Karate Kid. Wax on, wax off. He had to teach me all this stuff. I was like, what this guy do with? Don't worry, don't worry. What's the boy name? What's the little karate boy name? Daniel son. Don't worry, Daniel son. You'll learn in a few days. Wow. So I'm setting cameras up. I'm out here videotaping this. I remember he had the show at the Tower Showcase there. All the people, look, he had this thing packed. It wasn't even no fly. It wasn't no Instagram, no Facebook.
Wow.
No, all the tick shows, all that stuff. I remember he had all these comedians on there and sing. I think my sister was on the show. What's the boy in LA now that writes for
Warren Hutchinson.
Warren Hutchinson was on the show.
Warren
writes
for Living Single.
Right for Chris Rock. He wrote for the Chris Rock show, Bernie Mac show. He wrote for Saturday Night Live a few episodes and stuff like that. He write for who knows how many shows he write for now and creates so many shows now. But I remember he was on the show. My sister, because my sister was on the show, and Warren and my sister used to live together. They had an apartment together and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I remember, and I was just a video guy. So I would come to all these shows, videotape all these shows. I was like, dang, why don't I get my chance?
Yeah.
I finally got my chance at Gatsby's nightclub. I never forget
Wow.
But the thing was, see, before he even got involved, I was already in the business in 78. So when I went to the military from 80 to 81, I'm sorry, to 84. So when I came back to Baltimore, I think it was during either the Reagan era or George Bush, one of those eras. But the point is, there was nothing going on in the clubs. The only thing was promotional stuff like Don Gillum, you remember, doing their things. I said, wow, where's the live entertainment? And a friend of mine he's from Seattle, James Stevenson III, said, Ricky, you need to go in there and start open mics. Because, see, I know the politics in trying to get on some of these mainstreams. Right. You talk a certain way, you look a certain way, they don't want to deal with you. That's Baltimore. You go to the West Coast, it's not like that. But I saw that, and then also once Def Jam came here, that's what really kind of made me decide that let's do it. We have to put back. We need that platform.
Yeah.
You have no clue of the people that have crossed me. Tony Braxton. You're looking at people that are successful now because I jumped in that situation because I saw a problem. And I like to say, see something, say something.
Yeah.
Well, I saw something. Well, I had to do something. And hey, look, sometimes I could kick myself because I know how Baltimore is. They'll help. You can help them. They won't help you.
Yeah, you and I talked about that.
Yeah.
They just have crab mentality.
Yeah, big time.
Definitely.
But I think now that as I'm older, I don't worry about that because I'm focusing on me. You see, I did all I can do. Now it's time to show them who I really am.
And what I always tell Rick, I say, what God has for you, it is for you.
Yes, we say that all the time.
Because it's like, and I remember being at the talent show Sunday at the Gong, what was that thing called?
The Gong Show.
The Gong Show. And they stole that from Ricky anyway.
I brought him on the West Coast.
And I'm going against Tony Braxton.
Oh, wow.
And guess what? I came in second. A girl named Cynthia Hicks came in first, and Tony Braxton came like third or fourth.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I think she said she was upset, and she left. And next thing you know, like 4, 5, 6 months later, you hear her with a hit song out on the
but look at Monique, Howard.
Right.
We got Monique, and 4 years later, she's on the Parker.
Yeah, but I remember when Monique was here, and me and her was working out at Gatsby's, doing shows every weekend. And I remember she told me, she said, "How I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to go to Atlanta. You gonna come?" I said, "Monique, I don't know. I can't. I got kids." And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Well, I'm leaving. I'm gone."
Did you say, Monique, I got 7 kids?
Right. At that time, it was only 3.
The other 3 was on the way.
Right.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
So I said, I don't know, Monique. I said, "Dad." She said, "How you been? Come on, I'm going. You can come with me." And I'm telling you, blah, 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 blah. She was telling me, I'll never forget it. He was right outside Gatsby nightclub, right in front of the club. She told me she was leaving.
I could have totally seen you on that show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's not right for it, anything.
Professor Ogilvy.
Right.
I can see him like opening up the door. It was like, oh, Howard.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. But, I didn't, like I said, some paths people choose.
But a lot of that talent sometimes, it's about selfish. And I'm not judging Monique or none of them. It's about them focusing on their career. They're not focusing on helping you. Now, she threw you a lifeline and said, "Howard, are you going?" I ain't got time for Howard. I got to focus on me. Right. So that's just the nature of this business. But what I like about Baltimore, wow, we got so much talent here. People don't even know it.
That's true.
Because I had a chance. I had 5 years at the Teamsters Union Hall. I was doing talent shows. 2 of my guys, one of them's in the Stylistics, and one of them is in Harold Melvin's Blue Notes right now. You don't think that make me feel good?
Right.
Because I had a chance to set it off for them, and it's like a reunion coming up on that show on the 27th of November at the American Legion Hall, because we're going to all be in that same room, and they all at their best right now. This is not a up-and-coming thing. This is a professional thing now. So
that's no different than me when I used to host Anthony Jeter shows. Shout out to Anthony Jeter. He used to do talent shows every month. And I remember when Jada came through with her group, what were they called? It was a dance group they had, TKO or something like that. And she would perform with that group, and they danced and sang and did a rap or something. And I remember them. I remember Drew Hill coming through.
Remember them.
I remember I was there when the agent guy signed or saw Drew Hill that night, and next thing you know, they got signed. Same way with what's the Bubba boy, the young boy from Baltimore, Mario. Same way, same thing. It wasn't for Anthony Jeter doing these showcases and all these people, because Anthony Jeter knew some real people. I'm talking about real people in the industry. Virgil Sims, these people from. Look, I remember one time the guy who wrote for Mariah Carey. Chubby guy, what's his name? He a big time producer.
Booker? Was it
not Chucky Booker. I forgot his name. Anthony, but it'll come to me. Well, anyway, I kept messing up the guy's name. So I was emceeing, I'm hosting the name. I said, "Y'all get up for something here up front." I kept messing the name up. Why 2 weeks later, they did a whole story of him on Entertainment Tonight. On Channel 13, because he wrote for Mary J. Blige. He wrote for what's called. He produced this person. I mean, the guy's big. And Jeter had him in the show, sitting in the front row eating hot dogs while I'm hosting the show.
But that goes to tell you never know who's sitting in the audience.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah,
you never know.
True.
And that's what we try to tell the comics. We even the show we got coming up just on Friday. We got have a lot of important people come. You might not know them, but you know, be surprised how you get the networking of this. Somebody knows somebody.
Right. True.
Look, you're going to like this. The girl I was just selling a vendor to today, guess who she knew?
Who?
Chris Thomas.
Oh, wow.
He's like, we family, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? He's a master. He put impressions under the seat. He's one of the best. But like I said to him, you know, it's important that, you know, focus and you'd be surprised that people want to come into Baltimore. That's what I'm saying. Even though they might get shot on the way out.
That's the risk they take.
Right. It's the risk they take.
Right.
Be more careful.
Be more careful.
You
Exactly.
go straight out of Compton and get the same thing.
Right.
So you all are getting a lot of support with the show, especially with the first show being sold out. I mean, I think that's really good, and it has to feel exciting to finally be able to.
Yeah, we
put this
earned
together.
it, Jack. We earned it. And Baltimore's changing. It's not that crab mentality like it used to be years ago. It's changing a lot. And it's not. I want to say. I want to say COVID might have changed it really, because I'm telling you,
I think it put things in perspective. For
this
people.
disease has changed a lot of people's lives. They know life is short, and you're not here. You're here today, gone tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And so, what is your? I saw a preacher preach this one time. He said, "Your date is when you were born, and then you got the dash, and then you got the date when you die. What is your dash?
Right.
What did you do in between those times?"
That's powerful.
So he preached that one time. My old pastor, Pastor Jordan, he be on here sometime.
Well, you know, that's my buddy. I see him online a lot. But you know, one of the things is important that we talk about what we're talking about now. This is the groundwork. This is where it all starts. You know, I look at the products that came out of BWT Productions. You know, I say it a million times. They don't appreciate what we done, and this is why we came with Never Forget Where You Come From. Them guys should be coming to the show. Mm-hmm. You know, hey, look, just like we put back, we're trying to pass the torch.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't know how long we're going to be here in life. But at the same time, Baltimore is a city, you know, we done got bashed, and, you know, they think this is not a bad city. I don't care how you add it up. If you don't want crime, don't go to North Avenue. You know, if you want to live in the county, then live there. You have a choice of living where you want. But I'm telling the talent, I hope they're listening. Y'all got to come out. You got to come out and do your thing. Don't stop entertaining, because one of the things I see a lot of young people, family don't support young people.
True.
You understand?
That's true.
But with what we do, a lot of that's family. Mm-hmm. The tickets we selling, you'll see, if you go to 4 or 5 shows, you'll start seeing the consistent same people, because their families are supporting them. You know, so that's important. I think our legacy is going to be big here. It ain't over till he say it's over.
Oh yeah,
right.
It ain't over. We ain't finished.
Nobody know the place or the time. But I got a word.
I'm sounding just like $12 about that dollar right there.
Can you pass off and please?
When he said I got a word, next thing that plate was moving out.
That's right. You gonna pay for this good word?
Can you plant a seed, brother?
So, do you all like the direction that comedy is going into now?
In a way, no. I'm gonna tell you why. Because comedy is getting sensitive.
Well, yeah.
You can't say certain things. I don't even want to say the F word. I ain't talking about that other F word. I'm talking about the one that's where your hands get light on butter.
Yeah.
You had those LGBTs.
Yeah, they'll be on you fast.
You can say him downstairs, people.
No.
Yeah.
I am delivered. Make you crazy. No, but and I think it takes the sting out of it.
Yeah.
You know, when you go to a comedy club, you're not there to be offended. You're not, but you know, the different strokes for different folks. You might like his act better than my act, but I'm not going to change my act because you can't receive what I'm saying to you. So, and I think it really hurts a lot of black comics, because part of this business, people don't like it. How you think you're going to cross over and succeed?
Yeah.
There's no big. How many Tyler Perry's out there? But look at all the producers out there that's white. You don't want to limit yourself.
Right.
Once you limit yourself, you're going to limit your growth too. So I'm just concerned about that. I don't know. The world is changing, man.
It is changing.
It is really changing. I mean, women with women. I guess with big garters in their throat. I don't know what. You know?
And the thing about it, comedy used to be the only place you could go and don't have to worry about that. But
Sure.
Yeah.
they censor everything.
No,
I like how Dave Chappelle does it.
Yeah.
He makes it very well, and he talks about that censorship and how he did a joke the other day talking about. He said the baby. Let me tell y'all something about the baby. And the baby killed somebody in the mall, and about 5 years ago in North Carolina, shot the person, killed him. Killed him dead. The guy was supposed to rob him or something like that. He killed him and shot him dead. And people ain't saying a word. Didn't hurt his career. But as soon as he said one thing about a gay person, that changed his whole perspective of it. They ready to lynch him and kill his career.
Yeah, but I actually believe some of it's good that we do watch what we say. But like I said, if you don't want to see it, don't go.
Yeah.
If you don't want to watch it on TV, turn the channel. You know, we hear that all the time. But as a comic, if you in them trenches and doing it on stage, that's a whole different world when you got a live audience. You know, you can't take back what you just said.
Right.
And I was one of them guys that came up off of Sam Kinison, Richard Pryor. These guys said what they had to say.
Yeah, I like Sam.
Listen, Richard Pryor broke so many stereotypes, it was ridiculous. And either you like him or love him, he didn't care because he was high. So
Yeah.
it didn't matter, you know?
Right.
He had the best cocaine in Hollywood.
Yeah, but again, back then it was a whole different kind of
Yes,
it was
different
a whole
era.
different kind of era. It was,
Different era back then.
It's mind-boggling how people pay money for these live shows and sit in the front row looking stone-faced and like I mean literally it was people sitting there like at y'all's show like with looking like totem poles, and I'm like, y'all, for real? I mean, like, no, we here for levity.
Because you're at a comedy show.
I know.
So,
What do you really expect?
But you made
Right.
a good point, Rick. They so close sometime, and they don't want to be attacked. They don't want to feel like we're going to talk about them. So that's understood. But at the same time, listen,
I consider it a privilege.
we
You crack
were
on me.
Exactly.
I was being nice because you don't want to start the show off with people angry. That's why I told them, listen, if you got problems, take them outside. When you're ready to leave, pick them right back up. And that's a line I use all the time because they was hitting me at the door with that Negro shit. And I'm like, hold up now. I can be a nigga too. You take the arm, Ricky, you're going to get it. You know?
Especially after dealing with, 19 months of being, secluded and stuck in the house.
Yeah.
And you can't hug and touch your loved ones and can't go out. It's like, it's time to laugh, The Bible says it's a time to weep. It's a time to laugh. I think it's time to laugh. It's like, it's time for y'all to get out and enjoy your life a little bit.
Yeah, look at what you've overcome.
Look, I don't want to get no man crush thing going on with y'all, but the way y'all handle that show, I really have to give y'all props because y'all like I said, there was a couple times where you went at somebody and you could have went hard into him and then you kind of pulled back.
Sure.
I watched that and I said, yeah, I see what he did, and the way that y'all, when people were like kind of not paying attention, because it's after a long show, sometimes people get restless and they drinking, they eating,
Sure.
and y'all stopped and they like brought it back in, and but then the energy was back on the stage again.
That's the advantage of having a good host.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Frank Nitti had a walk in the park.
Right.
Because all he had to do was just go up there and be funny. He just looked like he drunk anyway.
He was good. He
is good.
Yeah.
I love Frank Nitti.
Well, everybody was good. I mean, it was almost like the way they all put that show together was almost like a variety show.
Yeah.
You had the spoken word.
Sure.
Only thing y'all didn't have was singers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We do run into singers every
Every now and
then.
then. Right.
And you wouldn't believe this, other than karaoke. Some of them don't understand. You need to get on a live. Or karaoke is just for fun. That's the way I look at it. Right. But some singers sing at karaoke to practice.
Yeah, of course.
Matter of fact, the girl that's in the show, she has a Janora, and she's in the big show. She has a karaoke night on Mondays, and you wonder why she do that. Well, you got to keep that voice ready. Yeah. And she also sings in church. You know what I mean? So she's always you got to know how to prepare yourself.
Yeah.
Take advantage of the stage when you get that stage, and that's why even the comedians. And I say that I hope they hear me. One thing I can say, I can get away with what I'm saying. because I care about you. But I'm like this here. If you don't have thick skin, don't get in this business. Because this business will flip you around.
Well, don't buy a ticket.
And I was mentioning for the comedians, but the bottom line is, when you have to train people to do what you do, you get so much envy and jealousy because you're doing something they can't do. Yeah. Even the ones that want to be hecklers. Some of them people want to be comedians.
Yeah. And they're using your platform to test their material.
Test that they're challenging you to say, I'm funnier than you.
Yeah.
You know what we tell them? Come on in. Yeah. Show us. We're not going to shut that door to you. Because we know what it takes. We've done been in the toughest rooms in this town. I'm talking about a little hole in the walls with the drunks at the bar falling. You got a drunk at the bar falling.
I knew I was funny. Like I said, once I made a Indian people laugh. And I'm talking about the real Indians, like the 7-Eleven Indians. Yeah, because that's a hard crowd. I mean, to make them laugh. When I'm the only black person in there, real black person.
But were your jokes like universal, or was
universal, mainstream? Okay. They understood everything, but I'm just saying, it's just the fact that they use their own kind.
But you also got to remember too, you got to relate to them.
Yeah.
It's no different. We doing all black material. Well, they get it because we black and we know what we're talking about. But when you're talking about an Indian crowd or a Jewish crowd, if I'm not doing jokes to the Jews, what they call bar mitzvahs, I'm not talking about those things. They're not going to get a lot of jokes because realistically, they don't deal with us unless you buying shit from them. Right. Or you the lawyer. They're the lawyer. So.
Right. Some things are universal. Everybody got a crazy uncle.
Sure.
Everybody got everybody got these members in their family. It is always things that connect us.
Yeah, but comedy is like an experiment. You're always experimenting. I talked about the joke with the can opener. I have to use that. I could not wait and sometimes you just cannot wait to throw a joke out.
Right.
And I'm looking at all these women with the mask on. I said, them some pretty eyes. Now it's time to do the joke. I said, they look so good, girl. We can get it on with this. Pull that man. Oh, God, my teeth look like a can opener. So it just, just the timing of it. And it's not to offend. One of the hardest subjects is this pandemic right now. We don't do enough material on it because it's too serious. It's really too serious. So, but I got plenty of stuff on it. I've been writing. I got it on my tape recorder, but it's a time and place for everything. You know what I mean? So, but we're going to have a good time on Friday night.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we coming in blonde or blue. What color do you wear?
I haven't decided.
Half shaved or not shaved?
I haven't decided yet.
Let me tell you, Jack. I know when
weave or unweave.
Yeah, that's a good question.
When Jackie going through her red hair phase, just leave her be and just check in on her sometime.
You know what I like about cancers, and you a cancer.
I'm a cancer.
No, I know you are, honey. I know I got a couple nuts in the family, but this is what I'm saying.
Hold it.
No, cancer. I told you my sister was a cancer. My brother.
Just let them call me a nut man.
Hey,
Jackie, you talking about a vibrator 20 minutes ago. How do you think you gonna hit a nut without a vibrator? How you think you gonna hit a nut without a vibrator? Oh, I told you we could turn this thing up.
How would you miss that when you was having your private meeting?
Yeah. I was in between grunts.
This joker butt naked up there.
Jackie was cracking on.
I was cracking.
And then you come sit down and you come sit your shitty ass right beside me.
Hey, comes a time in a man's life when a man's got to do what a man's got to do.
Yeah. Well, the man need to wipe his ass. Can you do that?
Well, a man got to do, a man got to do.
Ricky said, I'm going to slide his ass over there, but y'all partners.
And little Jackie, then he going to come this way.
He going to come that way, right.
Oh, my goodness. But no, that's funny that we can just turn comedy, and that's what a good comic does. He turns laughter into anything. Any subject, you should have material for it.
Yeah.
If not, create material for it. Just simple stuff like riding on a plane. What's so funny about riding on a plane? That's going through security. And that's funny. That'll take your shoes off, your feet stink.
Well, I got a story about that. I let my brother hold my suitcase. And he went through security and I had a vibrator in there.
You and that damn vibrator.
I know, but it's a true story. I didn't occur. I hadn't used that bag in such a long time.
That's
I forgot
funny.
he was in there. He
That's
said,
funny.
never, ever in life will I ask to borrow a bag from you because I never know what kind of shit you have in there. And he said everybody was looking at him, and he was like, I got this bag from my sister. They looking at him like, you some kind of freak or something?
Oh, my goodness. Put you on Freak Street.
Exactly.
But you're a vibrator queen. You're the queen.
No, she uses jumper cables now.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Is it that damn hard, Jackie?
I guess the job done fast.
Yeah, but that's a little bit. I can imagine your ass just flopping up and down in the bed. Pull.
That's why he's the quiet storm.
He comes in.
Because he gets that shit in.
He comes in. He hits you with a paw.
Yeah, he did. He been waiting all night to say that. Look, he been practicing that one. That's his one for the night.
Well, that's why we always got to have a mature conversation. You know, all this talk about comedy, that's what we do.
Man, life's
But
too short.
Yeah, we want to laugh.
Absolutely.
I enjoy you guys. We're not giving y'all props. And I could take over this conversation anytime I want because y'all don't talk as much as I do. I can tell you.
And it's y'all. When y'all
Well, we
come on,
appreciate y'all.
yeah, it's
Right?
about y'all.
That's the point I'm trying
Yeah.
to make. Yeah, we do. And y'all got look, y'all great tag team. You got a sense of humor, man.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we're not
That's
trying.
my partner.
I can tell
Yeah,
the
that's
love
my
for him.
partner.
I can tell the love for you guys. He was sitting there waiting on your ass. I'm saying I was in the car. I pulled up with it. That's when I dropped my damn phone. He said, "I'm waiting for the queen." The queen who? She the queen from London. Queen from London.
I believe
Yeah, that's why you got the phone.
Oh,
You
no,
got
please.
excited
And look,
at the
she
queen coming.
And she gonna crack on my phone. I'm mad as hell. Like,
He was mad as hell. I thought he was gonna cuss me out.
This one good time I had that mask. I bet you went on the
This is Ricky Phone, folks.
Oh my goodness.
This is Ricky Phone on
It's for
crack.
sale.
On crack.
I hope you
Any
crack.
questions?
I got a question. You better hope yours work when I take you home. Because you don't want to get stuck on the road. You got no connections, brother. None at all.
You know, at the last show, I really appreciated you giving us a shout out. I said to Rick, are we a little famous or something?
But I want
But
to say,
I really respected you for doing that.
but I
That
want to
was
say this
nice.
to you, Jackie, so you know what I'm all about. Even taking the Harold Melvin show. Listen, it's not about me.
Yeah.
It's about helping this next guy. So if y'all support us, you sitting there, I'm looking at you with the blonde wig and the purple or dilated green. I don't know what
The
it
drum piece going to one eye.
One eye, y'all
can't
know
even
how
see.
I roll. I only need one eye, goddammit.
But the point is, you know, we appreciate y'all celebrities, man. Listen, we don't know your listeners, and we can combine and work together. That's what BWT is about. Businesses working together.
Yeah.
You know, so to see you guys there, and I was amazed how Rick was picking apart the jokes. He was really
Oh yeah,
listening.
but he does that
He was-
with
yeah.
everything. Yeah,
He was really
He has
listening
a
and-
great ear for like
Sure.
music. I mean,
I
he's
just
good.
I just appreciate y'all pulling my raffle ticket.
He won too.
Yeah, that was a setup.
Yeah,
I said
yeah.
they put tickets after I did, and I was like, God damn,
I
I
was
should have
like,
made them go first.
I was like, shit, I don't
I
need
was
to work
shocked.
no
I
more.
was shocked that you won, Rick.
I said to myself, I said, look, hurry up and pull my ticket. I just had that.
Yeah,
No, but you know, we need that. We need more of the community, as far as the entrepreneurs, the celebrities. Come out, man. Don't hate because it's Ricky or Howard. Support us.
Support,
because
yeah.
we'll support you too. You know, I went to 2 events this weekend, from the Maybell show at Forum and at the Cherry Hill reunion. You get to be known, especially in this business. You never know who's going to give you your next gig.
that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
And that's the way it is. So, and I even hit Nick. I said, Mick Station. If you heard me say it, I said, 'cause
Yeah.
I want to give him some plugs so people can tune in. And that's why we took this once a month thing, because it can help hand in hand.
Right,
You see what I'm
right.
saying? I'm hoping that, and he said we got great numbers from the last show.
Yeah,
Right.
You
yeah.
know, so we're hoping that works, and look, and if people see us leading by example, that is the whole key.
Yeah.
But let me show you how organic that show was, because like when that venue. Never heard of that venue.
Right.
And then I was like looking around. I was like, man, we could really do some shows here.
Sure.
You know, some jazz shows here. And then the young lady who did the spoken word,
Sure,
I bought 2 of her books and gave them to one to my daughter and one to my niece, who needed to hear or read those kind of words.
Sure.
You know, and it's just, and if I wouldn't have went out there that particular night, I would have had no clue. I would have had no clue about that venue.
Exactly.
I would have had no clue about the young up and coming lady with the with the spoken word, which I'm a fan of because she really got some nice stuff. I read through her book already.
But you know what? One of the things I will say, we have put a lot of clubs out there.
Yeah.
I mean, gracious, we were at the Holiday Inn for 8 years?
Yeah, in Glen Burnie.
I mean, it was so packed. It was so nice. It sits on the hill, plenty of parking, but it was a comfort, you know, like a safe haven for people to just get out the city. And we straight 8 years, but once there was the Muslims, I always call them the Muslims. Once they bought it, I call them the Muslim.
They bought everything.
Hygiene and the rest of it. They bought it. We were done.
They bought the janitor and everything.
They tell you,
You've been on us though.
we don't care nothing about no comedy. We want them rooms sold. That's they're business people, you know. But it's great that you picked that up and noticed that. It is about the businesses. That's why we
Good food,
titled
man.
it BWT.
That food was good.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
The lady who owns the building, the Rita, shout out to Rita and Miss Rose.
Yes.
The mother is a professional caterer. She does catering and stuff like that.
And we back there November the 6th also.
Yep.
You know, we basically lined up. I want to give it up.
You got another show on November 6th?
Yes.
Yeah, we back at the cafe.
Nobody grinds like us.
Yeah.
How come we didn't hear about that?
Well, because
one
Because
show
they're
at a
coming
time.
on,
One at a
right,
time.
and then y'all coming on the 3rd.
right, we coming
to
on the
promote
3rd.
that, yeah.
I ain't bringing my phone though. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Okay, y'all rationing it.
Yeah, one show at a
Do
time.
y'all have a schedule
Yeah.
where we can go online and see what the lineup
Well,
is?
here's the thing.
Here it is right now. Pull your cell phone
Put your
out,
cell
brother.
phone out, man.
Take these notes.
Well, because of the pandemic, we just being careful one show at a time.
Yeah.
And I'm just praying that we get to February with a big show. Howard G's birthday party.
Bash. I got
dance for you.
I got 2 midget strippers, girl. You can't beat these 2 midget
Belly dance for
strippers.
you at your birthday band.
Jackie, don't give me no ammunition.
They got stretch mark and bullet wounds.
2 midget strippers called Tulo. And they performing 2 and low. They coming, they gonna shake their little
Tulo
butts
crew.
and
So it's too low coming with 2 feet.
Saggy titties.
Oh,
Oh, Lord.
my Titty sag so bad.
they heavy as hell. Don't try to pick them up. They heavy.
Yeah, but
Imagine 200 pounds shrunk down to about this size. It's like,
well, you know, one of the good things about being partners, we basically don't do nothing unless we both agree. It's not about me. It's not about him. And we do have other projects that we're working on, even with Sanford. And I have to say that because people are asking me about it every time I go
Yeah,
out.
it was good.
And we're excited too, but we don't want nobody dying over this thing, you know.
Right.
You know, and we're thankful that we can have an audience for comedy. You know, you got to take one step. Like you always tell me, the churches ain't really open yet, and he tell me all the time, it's not a church show. Realistically, I understand that, but I'm taking that church money. You know, you can play it any way you want it. They want to laugh more because church people really fear to come out. They don't. I mean, and they use that distance thing. Shit, my people sitting in church, they sitting together like, I'm like, they gonna get COVID, but I'm gonna stay in the back away from there.
Right,
They all up on each other already. I'm like, oh, come on now, that's too much. But you know, it's just I can imagine a lot of cities are going through the same thing we're going through. You know, and I'm just thankful that we're in Baltimore. It's a good feeling to know you can do what you do. If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
it makes me feel good. I get more excited to seeing a sold-out show than me performing because I know that we do the work. You know, look at the show you just came to. We're talking about another show coming up on Friday. We right back on the 3rd of November.
Yeah.
And in December, we already got dates. January, February. But we're going to stop there because some people going to die. You know?
Right. Remember, we were doing this show back in October, last October,
Yeah.
20. And we started off like, man, we got to open something up. I mean, everything else open it up, we got to go ahead and do these shows.
Yeah.
Thanks to him.
We did have capacity, but it still worked. So, hey, they ready. People
Yeah,
ready.
people want to laugh.
Yeah, but come out and be
it's
safe, though. You know,
years.
wear your mask. You know, if you don't want to be up on people, don't get up on them.
Exactly.
I mean, it's common sense, is all I'm saying. So, you know, I'm excited because, like I said, we got they don't know we got new talent in these shows too. They haven't seen Owen. They haven't seen what's the name of my girl?
They haven't seen Tanya Waddy
or
Ray Moore.
Okay.
Oh, you haven't seen these acts are a little upgraded, and sometimes you need that because you need quality in the room.
Of course.
You know what I mean. Quality to get it done because they got egos, and sometimes that ego is important, you know, to represent.
That young talk about that the young fella who was from I think he was a teenager.
Yeah, tell
on
them
your
about
show.
it.
Which one?
Whose prodigy is that?
That's Howard's. The
The young
yeah.
comedian. Yeah, I had did a
Noah.
advertisement for students because I wanted to start my own comedy and acting classes I was teaching, and so I posted some stuff online on Facebook, and I got a few students come through, and I started teaching these kids stand-up comedy, acting,
Wow.
Classes for 8 weeks, an 8-week course. And so his mother reached out to me and said, my son, he think he's funny. He want to do comedy, blah, 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 blah. He want to do some comedy acting. I said, all right. So he signed up, and the boy definitely got skills. And he started, he was 16. Now he's like, I think he was like 19 now. He's in college, first year of college, second year of college. So he's either 19 or 20 now. But he started when he was 16, and he really has the grasp of comedy, like he know how to do a setup, he know how to do a punchline, he know how to do delivery, he know about timing. He tells stories.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I meant to talk about that because his approach was like he was like bringing the story out, and then it's like you could see, when he was talking, you could see everything happen.
Sure.
You know, it was great imagery with his delivery.
Yeah, you know, he's to me, he's what I call a deadpan comic.
Right.
He's telling his stories, but you have to follow him. You have to stay into that story.
That's like Dave Chappelle's kind of approach.
Yeah,
Same way.
David's approach. One thing about David is he can bring energy at any time.
Yeah.
You see, I remember that guy David when I opened. He was opening up for me at the Comedy Connection. Remember that the Connection? And this boy was on fire then. 16. He was tearing the room. I said, I got to close for this. But I was doing my thing. I wasn't worried about him, the headliner. And once again, the MC, he was taking all the blows again. But he even said to me, he said, man, you think I can make it, David? You need to go. You need to, I ain't holding you back, bro. Go for it, you know. So look at where he at today, you know.
Yeah, when you look at Dave Chappelle and that kid kind of reminded me what his flow was like Dave Chappelle. Like when you finish listening to Dave Chappelle, like 45 minutes, I was like, this was like a symposium.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
with points in between, and he'll just take you on a ride.
Yeah.
And it's not.
But I will guarantee you this here, Rich, that boy did his homework.
Oh, yeah.
That was the key.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, you can't idolize people like David, because I idolize Richard Pryor, you know, short and sweet jokes and Red Fox.
Right,
You have to do your homework. And this internet is powerful, boy.
It's definitely powerful.
It's powerful for them to, you know, get going and whatever, because you can pull up anybody. And,
y'all
and,
had some
and a lot
great,
of them,
y'all have some great talent.
Where do you see? Where do you see this coming? Friday, it's on like popcorn. I'm telling you, it's on.
I laughed for like an hour and a half just sitting there. Each one, even the young lady who wasn't prepared, and she came up there and she just it was right off the top of her head, and talking about her experiences, and so it was nothing was recycled. You know, it was like everybody had his own little energy. It was a really good showcase.
Well, we actually said that realistically was one of the best shows, and y'all just happened to show up. You know, every night is different. You know what I mean? So we don't want to put so much on how a night going to be. most shows is only as good as that MC.
True.
If that MC don't bring his game, then, see, he already know what I'm going to do. I know what he's going to do. I don't have to be there when I know because Howard's going to bring it. This boy got more ego than Westport. He wears that ego well.
Like, I wanted to stay for the second show, but I was so damn sleepy. I'm telling you.
I stopped using that vibrator. That's your problem.
No, it was that rum. What was that?
Oh, you were drinking.
Yeah, I was drinking. Yeah, and that made me sleepy. I was like, damn, I want to stay, but I better not put my head on this damn table and went to sleep.
Jackie, you such a commentator. You're so funny. You perfect for what you do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you perfect. I'm serious. But so they know also we're going to have food there also.
Yeah. Vendors. Make sure you come out and support the vendors.
And one of the girls, Toya, and she's a chef, and I'm excited for her because this is her first time working with us.
Okay.
And what I like is we got all leaders watching, and when you go, just look around. Nothing but leaders in there. And that way you throw that phone away.
Howard is sleepy.
I got to drive him home. You know what I'm saying? He always felt like shit.
That shit wore him out. That's why he ain't got no energy now.
So I won't be riding in an Uber. It'll be a hack.
Well, good thing you're riding because if you keep running your mouth, you're going to be walking. Praying that brother will come back.
Y'all sound like Fred and Lamont right now.
Yeah. That's
but
true.
you know, it's funny.
It's
funny that they're saying that. No, I'm testing him right now, right? Just we got a couple seconds left. We do impressions, and we have put some parodies together. You know, Fred and Barney. Hey, Fred, what's up? What's up, Fred?
Oh, no. It was Yogi Bear Boo.
Yeah.
Say boo boo.
What is it, Yogi?
Damn.
Guess what I did last night, boo boo?
What you do, Yogi?
But boo boo, why are you wearing that mask?
I'm not trying to catch the corona, Yogi.
See, you know what I like? We flipped that, and he still nailed it. Because really, I'm Boo Boo, and he's Yogi.
So, Boo Boo.
But Yogi, please, Mr. Ranger's behind us.
Man, fuck Mr. Ranger.
Mr. Ranger put you on welfare.
Fuck him. I don't care about no Mr. Ranger.
No, we had other ones too. I said, what if Red Fox and Al Pacino ran into each other? We're just having a little fun right now.
Yeah, we love
and
it.
We don't have no script on it. Yeah.
That's why we love having y'all here.
I just want to say one thing, W. Where you get all that cocaine from?
Hey man, if I tell you, I gotta kill you. Just know I bought the junkyard. You work for me.
That's why you gonna catch that Uber.
So now say hello to my little friend.
I think when I'm trying to figure out, because I don't have it in front of me, that breaking his phone really done blew me away a little bit. There's other parodies we had. We had, who else were we doing? We was talking
Bill Cosby and
Bill, not Bill and Art Kelly. All we got to do is say jail.
He's telling me no.
No, we had a list, but we're gonna. I was telling him that eventually we need to work on a comedy team.
Yeah.
See, the reason why I say that is because we done the things a lot of comics have never done, but I think that would be the bigger picture because you very seldom see two comedians do impressions on stage at the same time.
Yeah, true.
And once Mr. Writer here put us all writer together, and we practice it, and that's what that room is for, to work out stuff like that, because this thing is big. Look, the boy Jay Farrell, he's good in I haven't seen that much that I can do. I mean, I can do just as many impressions as he can.
Okay.
I just don't work on them, is what I'm trying to say, because I'm producing and performing. But
I let's do this one because I'm going to hear Ricky do his Obama. Ricky do Obama. So let's do this one. Instead of Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, imagine if it had been President Obama and Chris Tucker in the movie
Rush Hour.
Rush Hour.
Well, first of all, Michelle won't be showing up. She had things to do. Jackie?
Oh, I'm not Jackie.
No, you put Chris Tucker.
Come on, man. Damn. Come on, Bomber, man. What's going on, man? You got the name wrong, man. Come on, man.
That's okay. Once Saucy Malia gets here. He loves some Saucy Malia.
Did you say sausage, man? Sausage? You doing like sausage?
Please don't talk about my kids. They're my kids. You got 7 children.
Damn.
They want to know where the baby father is?
How many times you been on Mars?
Wait a minute, Jackie. Wait a minute, man. I know you're not cracking, man, with that golden weave in here, man. Come on, man. Look like spaghetti in here, man. Come on, man. Don't fuck with me, man. Come on, man. Damn.
That's not fair. Let me tell you something. The last time I was at Ocean City, because he don't know. I'm gonna put him out there eventually because he
knows now.
Oh yeah, he knows. Well, we talk every day.
Yeah, right.
We talk every day.
Yeah, I believe it.
Because we got business to take care of. You know? And we're just so proud of coming up on Friday that we weren't planning to go to the American Legion Hall, but after the shows we had at the Gentleman's 10, I don't mind saying it. Whew, it's a breath of fresh air.
Yes. So once again, folks, come on out this coming Friday. You can see Ricky Shackelford and myself, Howard G. headline.
A real treat.
We got some funny comedians open up for us, and special talent will open up for us. We have vendors. Please come out and support the vendors. It's going to be there. Tickets are $25. The 8 o'clock show is pretty much gone. There's only a few shows left, few seats left. But pretty much everything's going to the 10:30 right now. So come on out this Friday, 8 o'clock, American Legion, 125 York Road. Hit myself, comedian Howard G., or Ricky Shackelford for tickets. Both of us got Cash App. You can Cash App us tonight. Tonight. Get your tickets.
This is Barack Obama one more time. I just want to say one thing. The next time you go up there and take a doodle, you'll need to come out and do the stinky leg.
Stinky leg.
Listen, let me tell you something. This is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Run for the chopper. When I take a shit, you better run for the chopper. Oh yeah.
I just want to say one thing. It's time to
wrap it up.
You ain't got to tell me twice.
Macho, yeah.
Randy Macho Savage.
Yeah. I just want to tell you, if you got to take a shit, don't do it around Elizabeth. Yeah.
Now, let me tell you, I just got out of jail, and when I was in there, people was taking shit all over the place. Somebody once shit in my lap.
That be mean, but don't really stinky leg. That's how you be created. The stinky leg.
Funny.
So come on out this Friday. Y'all ain't doing shit. What's up? That's what's up.
We got 8 seconds. Y'all come on out and check us out and help celebrate 25 years of Howard G. Ricky Shackelford.
Don't forget where you come from.
Don't ever.
Come on, y'all. It's Friday. You don't got no job. You
like Tommy from Mario.
don't got nothing to do.
Fine on your
And I
day.
want all my Wahlberg classmates to come on out, goddamn it. They don't come
When's
on.
your reunion, Jay?
Saturday night, we're going to be at the Diamonds. I'll be up there too.
The reunion is the next day.
Next day.
Oh,
Yeah, next day.
Man.
And then when Charlie, what's that reunion coming up?
We got Odell's reunion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's coming. I thought it was this weekend, but you said it wasn't. So,
Right. And then you got another thing coming up in November too. What's that?
Harold Melvin's Blue Notes.
Harold Melvin, Blue Notes,
So
baby.
I don't want to just give Harold Melvin's Blue Notes love. The Persuaders is going to be on this
Okay.
shit. They did Thin
Line, yeah.
Between the
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they also
Somebody might get pregnant that night.
Rich might get pregnant that night.
Y'all got away with jokes.
Jackie might get pregnant that night. You ain't too old, Jackie.
You never know.
That's right. Jackie, no name is Sarah.
Possibility.
Sarah Jane.
Sarah for the Bible.
Yeah, an angel came down and impregnated my ass.
Oh my goodness.
Well, once again, come on out, folks. Also, follow us on Instagram at Comedian Howard G. On Instagram at Comedian Howard G. Facebook, Howard G. Gaskin. See a picture of me and Mike Epps.
And also, you can follow me on Facebook Live, also on Instagram, Ricky the Real Deal, and support us. If any talent out there, give us a call.
That's right. Looking for new talent, new poets, singers.
Give my phone number. 443-226-9157. That's my number.
But can they
410. Yeah, they can call me. 410.
Can they call you?
That's right. That's right. 410-808.
I had to do it. I'm just saying I had to do it. I think good tonight, so I had to do it.
410-808-5805.
Knock that wig off.
410-808-5805. Can I get my phone number in, please?
Okay.
410-808-5805.
You happy now?
That's right.
Yeah.
At Comedian Howard G. Hit me on Instagram. Yeah.
All right, Rich, you got any final thoughts?
Nope, it was definitely a treat. Thanks for gracing us, you guys. And you gotta let us know when you're playing. I'm there, and I'm gonna try my best to. Every time I come, I'll bring a couple.
I know one thing. We're gonna hire you to announce our play, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
Please have a seat.
And listen,
It's time. Turn your cell phones off.
No, I talked about that.
Yeah,
That's how I
y'all
got
have to
my phone
start
number.
booking them
They
because he
band.
has a band and they good.
Yeah.
So he sang?
No, they play steel drums.
Steel drum.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Only playing up with trash can tops.
You need somebody to sing, I'll sing for you.
Go ahead, have a good time.
Hey, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
That's all y'all doing, playing trash can tops.
The guys, they're good. So y'all have to kind of
I've seen
work
them.
Y'all shouldn't be talking.
Ain't that Calypso? Ain't that called Calypso?
That's
That's
bad news.
Ain't that called Calypso?
Calypso, yep.
Calypso,
Yep.
that's-
Island.
Anybody from the islands?
Yeah.
Who?
All of we boy.
Are you from the islands, really?
I'm from the island.
Hey, man, let me tell you one thing, you know.
Tell me now.
Let me tell you one thing, man. You know, I used to work at
Tell me your
I
future.
used to climb the tree and get the coconuts and smoke some dungy, you know. Yeah, boy, you little boy.
Why you sounded like Dexter?
You know, I switch back and forth.
Yeah.
Dexter St. Jock.
He got a friend that's Dexter St. Jock.
Right.
Yeah.
Take his pins and throw it on his shoulder.
I think that's what he does. He makes one be going crazy over his ass.
You got dreadlocks too?
No.
Hell got dreadlocks?
He got short hair.
He ain't no damn Dexter. He a fake
Shit, he
Dexter.
got an entourage, right?
He was Dexter
Yeah,
from
we'll
Lexington
bring him on the
Terrace.
show. We'll bring him on the
Bring
show.
him on the show soon.
Talk about our exploits on the road.
He in the band too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a drummer, so drummer gets all the play.
Well, ain't all y'all drummers?
He did say like it was unique, right?
Technically,
You're leaving it wide open,
I
brother.
saw the Calypso. I seen the Calypso bands. I'm like, I was thinking them trumpet players in that. All right, guys. Thanks
I
for
want to
tuning
thank
in.
these guys for joining us tonight. They'll be back November 3rd to promote their next show.
yes.
I'm looking forward to the partnership with them, and I appreciate all of the support that they have given me. Again, comedian Howard G. and Mr. Ricky Shackleford.
That's
right.
Thank you, guys.
It's on and popping. It's Friday. Come on out.
Come on out, y'all.
Good night.
Good show.